Hey guys, this is Guardian Dark Angel, and I'm coming back. Not that I ever left. Anyways, this is a video response to MrWeenieProductions' video on the Super MegaForce Legend War fail, or, you know, whatever anybody wants to call it. Actually, I'm not making a video this time to criticize him in any way. I actually want to make a video response, supporting, exactly what he said. And me and him have been talking for a while, ever since I made a video kind of critiquing some things that he said in other videos that he's cleared up since. And I'm basically going to say it. Saban, if you're watching this at all, I don't care if you think I'm slandering your name when I say this, you guys are dicks. And I'm not even kidding when I say that. I've heard all of the stories, I've read all of the articles that I can possibly find, and whenever anybody from the Power Rangers talks about Power Rangers in general, as far as the Mighty Morphin, you guys screwed the actors bad. Y'all had almost no time between filmings. I mean, there was that, and then there was the fact that they were basically underpaid. And almost everybody wanted to leave, and then some of them were like, I want to leave, but I really don't. And then you basically said, well, guess what? You're fired. And you just hired new people together. And it is documented that you guys use clips from other episodes to make most of the Power Switch episode, which is stupid. You know, they were great actors. Basically, and this is to you, Mr. Weenie. Just like I'm directing this part to you and to the fans, and maybe Saban if they're even listening, or Disney, for that matter. Even though Saban owns the company again. Back in the original series of Mighty Morphin and the next 3 or so seasons after which I liked Time Force. Power Rangers SPD wasn't bad, but it was borderline okay, and then I think there was another one. I don't remember. It's been so long. Anyways, I know for the next 3 seasons, or up to season 4, maybe, I actually enjoyed it. You know, I enjoyed all the returns, like for Forever Red, and when they did, Jason David Frank came back as the Black Ranger, and then the White Ranger, and all of these random shenanigans that he's done. And in my opinion, Jason David Frank is a good guy. But you might see another video I posted of him, or me talking about him in another response to one of Mr. Weenie's videos, addressing the fact that I think something that he did for a specific con was a little bit douchey. Of course, that was in a different video. But one of the things that I liked about the original 4 seasons, or original first 4 seasons of Power Rangers, aired in America, not Super Sentai. I'm not talking about that, so anybody that's thinking about bashing me, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the American version that Saban and Disney have been messing with. They had a certain sense of, not necessarily realism to them, but they felt so much more not real. That's not the word I'm looking for. You know, it had a sense of realism to it, in a way. You know, it was unique, it was interesting. I mean, Power Rangers has gone on for way past its lifespan, and I honestly think that that's true. I mean, they've gone on way too long. And just the first seasons, all of the first few seasons had a unique feel to them that was just, it was something more realistic, because honestly, and I think I said this maybe in another video, and I've been posting a lot of video responses to Mr. Weenie's videos, but I guess mostly to support him, because honestly I think what he's saying is true. And as Power Rangers fans, which if any of you are, you should, don't go out and bash him because of his opinion, you know? Everyone has one. And a lot of what he's saying is true, and can be proven via fact. But all of the seasons that are recent, and I say recent as 7+ plus years maybe, or longer, don't have the same kind of finesse as the older seasons do. And that's the word I'm looking for. I've been thinking about it, sorry. I've been improving because, like I said in earlier videos, I don't really have video editing software, so this is all improv. But the acting of the characters in the first couple of seasons was genuine. Everything that they did felt genuine, you know? They were into the roles, they were trying to do it. It wasn't the huh! And you know, the stop, pause, think about it, and do whatever to try to look cool. I mean, yeah, if you go back and watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it kind of looks like that, but whenever you watch it for the first time, it doesn't feel like that. And even though Power Rangers is pretty repetitive, I'm going to get into a point I made in another video. It's so political now. Like, the bad guys don't even seem like bad guys anymore. They seem like terrorists. I mean, yeah, obviously you would think bad guys, terrorists, aren't they the same thing? In retrospect, yes, they are. But here's the catch. If you actually put definitions on what you would consider a bad guy and a terrorist, I would want to think that, you know, Disney and Saban in general, basically, and Austin St. John and multiple other Rangers have talked about this, is it got to a point where they had to stop fighting amongst people, even if it was martial arts sparring or people who were trying to start a fight or whatever, purely because, you know, they have to fight monsters to be politically correct. Well, explain this to me. I ended up seeing an episode of Super MegaForce, or maybe it was MegaForce. It was one of the two. And they had missiles pointed at every major city in the world. Missiles, not like laser beams, not, you know, something sci-fi, like an actual rising arsenal of missiles. And then they talked about how long it took to get it, and how valuable they are, and whatnot. And I understand that maybe they might be running out of ideas, and sure, you know, or if you go on early seasons, you know, maybe there was politics involved in the actual storylines, and maybe that's how the Super Sentai version of it has it, so they just kind of transferred it over. But if that's really where it's going, I can't support Power Rangers anymore. Like, Mighty Morphin and all of the other ones, I still support them. It is still my childhood. But anything that's to come, I won't be able to support, because if it's literally boiling down to nothing but politics and terrorism, there's no reason to watch it anymore. When it started, it was 5 teenagers fighting monsters to save the world. You know? Maybe that's not what the Super Sentai version of it was. Honestly, I haven't really watched Super Sentai at all, or any of the Japanese versions of the Power Rangers, honestly, but if we're really not better than boiling down to terrorism and political aspects of things and acting that wouldn't pass in a British indie film, I can't support anything that, you know, Power Rangers or Saban or whatever produces from here on out, because honestly, if a company other than Saban had picked up Power Rangers and done the same thing that Saban had done, as far as like the same crew, cast or whatever, and paid everybody well, yeah, I know a lot of actors wouldn't have been replaced, there would have been a lot of things different, hell, the world might be different for all we know, you know, butterfly effect and whatnot, but anyways, everything that Mr. Weenie said is pretty much true, as far as maybe his opinion and generally what I believe. The acting just doesn't feel genuine anymore. It feels faked. And to me, that's not something that I I can support, because, you know, I understand that maybe you might be tied up for actors, but you keep hiring these 17 to 26-year-old people who can act okay, and you only really hire them because the pay is low. I mean, what are you doing? Anyways, I'm going to end the video now. If you guys think that it's just not genuine anymore, feel free to like. Go watch MrWeenieProductions' videos. I won't link his thing in the description, because if you're watching this video, you already know who he is. Saban, if you're out there listening, you guys are miserable, greedy pains in the butt. That's the best way I can put it without being completely censored out on YouTube. You really needed to pay those guys more, and even if it was in the 90s, there have been a lot of interviews with a lot of the cast, including Jason David Frank, and even Jason David Frank, when he's not being quoted, has said that you guys gave him crappy paychecks, and all of the rest of the cast, and even the crew. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Every one of you. Peace.